Hey folks, Phil B-Man here. I've been lent this kind of amazing but totally impractical shaker system by someone who I think wanted me to up my game on my sampling. The amount of bench space this thing takes up is ridiculous, but it sure shakes those samples. It has a timer, so you can kind of set it and forget it, and you can also affect kind of the rapidity of the shake. Whoa, that's pretty cool. I think that's it's not supposed to do that. I think I don't have that set screws tightened up. Hang on, let me. You know what the heck? It probably isn't the worst thing to have it do it like that. Must be some sort of imbalance. Unless it falls off, it's not a big deal. So we'll let them shake for a while, and then we're gonna get some samples. Goal is to try to figure out if what I'm doing for my fall mite control is working. As you know, I concluded that I had a chance to use amitraz, fluvalinate one more time. I also have done some hives with amitraz and some with Thymovar. And so we will see what we get. All right, so all of these samples have been shaken by the shaker machine for 10 minutes. And while that was happening, I was thinking, you know, a person could improvise something pretty easily for themselves if you wanted to use a reciprocating saw or a hacksaw, a cordless tool of some sort. You could probably make something that would shake pretty good. It's probably not 20 bottles at a time, but that's okay. So I'm going to start recording my results. I won't bore you with all of this, but I've got my little table set up here for all of this work. It's going to take a while, probably a good hour. But let's just record. Think about the data I'm recording. I got the sample name, what the sample was treated with. So I have a couple samples of nothing. Those are from my splits that I haven't, probably planning to do some oxalic with those later. But that's kind of established a bit of a benchmark. And then I got hives treated with amitraz, some with Thymovar, some with Apistan, and of these, I've got 2 sites where I've got known before bee results. I'll look those up on my email a little later, and then I'll calculate a percentage based on the number of bees in the sample. So that's the process. We'll do a couple, and then I'll let you get back to your supper while I'm doing this. First, we'll get a bit of antifreeze in the bottom of the tray here. Okay, let's start with the splits. This is the ones that we think are empty. Oh, and we got our sample jar with the numbers marked on there. Okay, so that's looking, it's 100, 200, looking pretty close to, it's probably 125, let's call it that. And we'll just, get this. Just make sure that anything that's in here goes through the colander. And we got mites, as we would expected, since these are untreated colonies. I should maybe turn the light up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. So That's 4. 125, that gives us basically, 3 and a bit percent. That's certainly within the range of economic concern. And I just tap this out on the floor, and the mites get swept up at the end of the day with everything else. I do need a pail for the dead bees. All right. So I got a duplicate of that set. Now I'm not going to estimate, well, we'll do this a couple of times so you can see how I estimate the bees here. So that one's closer to the 200. I did turn the lights up. So I got 200 pretty much on the nose there. Always check the jar to make sure you're not leaving anything behind. And swishy, swishy. And we got mites again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is what I see. For those of you new to the channel, this is actually bought at a bee supply store as a honey filter. It's meant to go on the top of a pail, but I find it works real good for sampling these mites. Okay, now we get into the treatments. So where do we want to start? Oh boy, getting results is so exciting. So how about we go to treated with Apivar. I had a few strips left over from the spring. Oh, sorry, that was 200 bees and 5 mites. Good. I call that, it's probably 150. This is Hartman 1. And we got mites. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. So my fears about amitraz being not effective appear to have been vindicated based on just that one sample. Okay, let's jump into something treated with Apistan. Here's a sample this is from one of the test yards that I have pretty good data on. That's not right to hand, I'll summarize that at the end. But it is also didn't have a queen, so it might be higher. We'd expect that since there's no brood at all in the hive to have higher mite levels. Although that's, as we've done more testing, we haven't always found that to be true. That initially you have quite a surge of mites after the brood hatches out, but very quickly those mites do seem to leave the hive. They're far less loyal than the workers are, so they have gone off to greener pastures fairly quick. But I have, at least on that one, clean test. Let's do one from the same site. Okay, wait, that was Dick that was Clemus. KP4. Result 0. And I had about 100 bees. Dick 5. Probably again about 100 bees. And we got mites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yikes. Dick 5's 100 bees and 5 mites. So that's not exactly a vote of confidence in Apistan either. This is going to be a bit of an emotional roller coaster, perhaps. Let's do. We'll go to Homewood, treated with Thymovar. Probably about 200 bees. Homewood 3. Let's measure that again. I want to be a little more accurate on this one. Yeah, it's not 200 bees. That's probably more like the level is there, but it's, let's call it 175. Homewood 3. 175. One mite right there. Homewood 3, 1 mite. So you can see that this is going to take a while. Rather than have you skip to the end, I'm going to do that for you. I'm just going to turn the camera off, listen to some tunes, and get all these crunched, and then I'll be back. Well, I'm back, seeing some things that are worth recording. Lots of mites. These are and I'm getting that pretty consistently. These jars taken yesterday, about 500 bees in a jar, so of course the numbers are higher. But I'm seeing, anywhere between 20 to 40 mites per 500 bees. So, getting into the economic numbers. These are on hives that were treated with Apistan after I thought I had some. I evolved out of resistance to that. Clearly not working to a rate that I'd be happy with. These hives are just sort of ending their major brood rearing. They'll still have brood in them, but probably half of what they had even a week ago, as that sun dips below the horizon earlier and earlier in the day. So you'd expect the bees to be have some mites, but notice my untreated splits had lower mite levels than these Apistan treated hives. So that's concerning. Let's do another one. Peltier 1. So clearly I need a late fall strategy, probably oxalic vapor on multiple rounds probably. That's going to tie up a whole lot of time. Whew. This one not as bad. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on 500 is something you could probably live with. You know, 1.5, 1 1/3%. Peltier 2. We took 2 samples from each site. Tried to choose hives that were in the middle of the pack, neither the best nor the worst. That's not terrible either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, sorry, that was Schroeder. Oh, Peltier 2, yeah. Okay. Next. Porsche 1. Well, we just got a couple left of these. Haha. Gotta be careful when you're doing this. I almost counted those mites twice. And I'll be honest with you, this is one of my least favorite part of this whole business is, killing bees just to test them and counting and math. Oh my God. If I'd known that was what I was getting into as a beekeeper, I'm not sure. Ooh, well, not terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. That is Porsche Southwest. Always check to make sure it's clean. Check that's clean. Porsche 2, last one. Holy smokes, what an ordeal. And a pretty good share of mites here too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so what I'll do now, just for those of you who are wondering what the kind of the wind-up process is I will pour this fluid back through the filter, through a funnel, back into the jar to be used again. And you can usually get 2 or 3 goes out of it pretty easily before it gets too rank. So that's the shaken. I think we'll end it there, and I'll do the thinking in a new video. Thanks everyone. Have a good night.